Hello everyone, it's Angie here at Beads and Plenty More. Thought today I'd show you how to do a wrap bracelet, but we're doing a bit of a variation on it because we're using these tile beads, these 2-hole beads. So I've got a graphic tile here that's got some pattern to it. And then I've also got these 3mm hematite beads. I used the gold plated ones in this bracelet here. And instead of doing the button claspets on this one, I thought, because I've already done a video called the Leather and Delica wrap bracelet that does this, I thought I'd show you how to use these ends instead. So I've got 2 bracelet size pieces of 1.5mm leather cut here, and I've got 1.5 meters of 6-pound fire line. So what I'm going to do with the fire line end is I'm just going to tie it to the end of one of the pieces of leather here. So we'll just tie it around the end here. Right up near the end. All right, so we'll set the 2 together, and I actually am going to put just a little bit of glue on here. So I've got E6000 glue here. You could use GS Hypo Cement as well. Not too much because I don't want it to ooze out of the end piece here. I will put a full supply list at the end, just so that you've got something that you can screenshot if you need to. But if I just put these in, and I'm just going to hold them with my thumb, grab a pair of pliers. So I've got the 2 ends side by side, and take your time bending these over because you want to make sure that you get a good look to them. So you want one side to fold down first, and the other side to fold down on top. So there we go, got our end on. And this can just get cut later. So now I'm ready to start adding beads. And I'm going to start with one of the 3mm hematite. And I'm just going to come on the back side. So I've got the 2 leather pieces laying over my needle, the beads in the middle. And if I just pull all the extra wire out, or fire line out. Now, second part of this, I'm going to come on the top side. So I've got the needle above both pieces of leather now. And you just have to watch that your thread stays on the top side and the loop stays at the top here. So there's the first one in place. Now, one thing I like to do every so often is I like to do a locking stitch, which means that I'm going to thread through this again. So I'm going to come from the back side, so I'm behind both pieces of leather. So I'm stitching up behind both pieces of leather, and then I'm coming from the top side, and so you're just really just following your thread path one more time. And what that does is sometimes your beads will start to slide along your leather because they're a little bit loose, and this is one way of getting them to kind of just lock into place, which is why I called it a locking stitch. So I would maybe even do that for the first couple. I want to get to the, so this time I've added 2 of the 3mm hematite beads. I want to get to the tile beads to show you how to put those on, so I'm going to get this one on and then I'll jump to the tile beads. All right, so again, you could make that a locking stitch too with an extra stitch through. So then you pick up the tile beads, and these have 2 holes, so I'm going to go through 1 hole first. So back side. And the problem with long thread is you catch it on absolutely everything. And then top side through the bead, but over the leather. So then I'm going to move over to the second hole, and same thing. From the back side of the leather first, through the hole, and then over the top side. So that anchors that one into place. So I'm going to continue to work along, and when I get to the other end, I'll show you how to put the other end on and to put the clasp on. So I had a pattern with, I changed it up, so I've got 3 here, but I've only got 1 set of the 3mm beads in here, just to give it a little more patterning. So I might do that on this one as well. So I'll see you on the other side. So here I am at the other end here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on. What I've done is I've knotted my extra cording off, and I did put locking stitches on the last couple here, and I put a locking stitch every 5th bead or so, 5th row, just to make sure that the beads don't slide around and they stay nice and straight. So I'm just going to add some glue here, just a little bit on the knot, and we'll put the other end on. So again, I'm using my thumb to hold it, and I'm just going to fold the 2 sides down. One side, and then the other side. And then to add the clasp in, I've got a magnetic clasp here, and I've got a couple jump rings. You can use either jump rings or split rings. Today I've got jump rings, but you could use split rings here too. And I'm just going to hook it, hook the clasp, and then to get the other end back together, just going to pull it back. There we go, there's one side. And there's our other side. So that's the bracelet done. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a good day.